This video, I'm going to tell you why semen retention heightens your ability to become a genius. Now, before we start the video, people are going to say, semen retention, there's no way you can just go on retention and then you can all of a sudden become a genius. This is true, but this comes from a human-like thinking. The number one reason why semen retention turns you into a genius is because of your ability to think. Your ability to think starts to change. When you couple this with meditation, retaining, no fat, being on your purpose, eating good foods, getting sunlight, your quote-unquote vibration, meaning your state, your mindset, your state of being is going to heighten. And when it raises, you're usually going to inspire more godlike thoughts into your life. You're going to start thinking a little bit more, one, creatively, insightfully. You're going to be more optimistic, and you are going to become problem solver. This is what happens when you retain for a while. What happens when you ejaculate usually, and this is all from experience. When you ejaculate, there's two types of ejaculation, one from your hand and one with a partner. When you do it with your hand, you lose a lot more than with a partner. When you do it with a partner, you still lose some, but it's not as apparent. But if you want it to be you want to be your most heightened, lethal, potent version of yourself, your Albert Einstein type of self, where you have exquisite thinking skills, problem solving skills, and you're just superhuman in terms of just your ability to think, you're present, then you go on retention and you couple this with good habits, it's going to happen for you. You have to realize it's going to happen for you. You're going to start thinking critically, especially if you're maybe you're just doing some busy work. You start to realize, maybe even if you're drinking like some sort of coffee or energy drinks, your thought process is going to be heightened. So your thinking is going to be very apparent when this happens. Usually what this happens sometimes is after I maybe hit the gym and I'm maybe drinking some sort of energy drink while I'm on like no fat or coffee or something like that. What happens is that my thinking becomes enlarged. Now I can really make good conclusions about specific things, about why things are happening. This is just what's happening. They say, the thing is, when people hear the statement of retention makes you a genius, they start thinking from a very one-off standpoint. They start thinking very logically. But what I'm saying is, your thinking becomes very distinct. It becomes very in depth. You start saying why. You start coming to different conclusions. Very apparent. You can make a lot more connections than the average person. And this is your superpower. If you're able to do this, you can solve anything. You can solve all these different problems because your thinking is enlarged. Thinking, brain nerves in your mind, it's enlarged, so you can make very distinct conclusions. You can make connections. You can say why things are happening. You have optimistic outlooks. If some things didn't go your way, you're not too down about it because you know that you're becoming brilliant and that you are brilliant. You have nothing to worry about. This is what you have to realize. A lot of people are too negative, too pessimistic, and the reason why they're negative and pessimistic is because of what they do in their free time. If you don't do things that make you confident, no wonder you're going to be the most negative person. You have to realize this. In your day-to-day, if you do nothing on a day-to-day basis that makes a person confident, when I say makes a person confident, maybe even to start just talking to a stranger, maybe because you don't do this, so you want to challenge yourself, or maybe it's in the gym and hitting a new PR, or maybe it's like acing some sort of test, or getting a date with the girl, something like that, something that makes you more confident. If you're doing this on a consistent basis, obviously you're going to become more confident. But if you're laying around, you're just not doing anything that makes you confident, no wonder you're the most negative person on planet Earth. You haven't done anything to make you optimistic. Inaction leads to fear and doubt. You're sitting around, you're not doing anything, and you're literally the most negative person on planet Earth. No wonder all of this correlates. But if you're taking action, you're in motion, you're going after your goals, regardless of what people are saying, you're still doing things that you want to do, regardless of what's happening, no wonder you can be more confident. You're hitting the gym, you're becoming more physically fit. These things are going to be in the success bucket, and it's going to just continue. You're going to continue to become success. But if you're always not doing anything, no wonder you're going to be negative and pessimistic because you haven't proven it to yourself that you can do anything. You have to outwork your self-doubt. You have to just outwork it every single day. You will have higher levels of thinking. This is all that I can lead you with, is having higher levels of thinking. Some problem comes to you, come at it from a different perspective than the next person, because your mind works a little bit different. Your mind works a little bit more tuned with life, and this is a very good thing. You're in tune with nature when you go on retention. You're in tune with life. You're in tune with animals, in tune with children. You're in tune with the natural flow of life, and you are winning at every angle because you are part of nature. The whole idea that you're separate from your desires and that you're not deserving for anything is just a bunch of man-made modern society BS to keep you numb. That being in poverty is something that that people should look at you and applaud you for. Biggest misconception on planet Earth. People are talking about they're being proud because they're in poverty. And this is just, no one's coming to save you. You have to think critically and creatively to get yourself out of situations. No one's coming to save you. This is all I can lead you with. On retention, you're going to become a genius. In the Homer Simpson episode, Homer didn't get anything from Marge for a while, and he went to work earlier. He upgraded his swag. He wore glasses, and he just became one of the best employees. This is what you have to realize. These are the things that happen for you. You have to realize that cartoon comparison happens in real life too. People think this is a bunch of BS and it's a joke and you're getting led astray, and it's not nonsense. Realize the subtle differences is actually what makes or breaks it. They don't realize this, but there's subtle differences in you. You're more present, you're more confident, you look better, you speak deeper, more optimistic, you have more belief in yourself for all your goals and dreams. These are very subtle differences than ejaculating every single time you get on yourself, maybe even with a partner. If you're doing it consistently, there's to leave it off, there is Outwitting the Devil book, and it talks about overindulgence in S3X. Overindulgence makes you lazy because your natural energy field is spilling every time. It's making you lazy, less persistent. This is what you have to realize. But if you don't have high goals for yourself, then continue to do whatever you're doing. If you have questions, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. We will see you in the next one.